A man walking alone through the desert heard his own voice call from the darkness. He stopped. The wind stopped with him, and somewhere, beyond the edge of the firelight, something answered back. For thousands of years, stories like this have spread across the Middle East, North Africa, and parts of Asia. Stories of unseen beings that moved beside humanity unnoticed. Beings people came to call the Jinn. Not ghosts, not spirits of the dead, something older, something hidden. The word Jinn comes from an Arabic root associated with what is concealed or unseen. In Islamic tradition, the Jinn are described as beings created from smokeless fire, existing parallel to humanity, while normally remaining invisible to us. But belief in the Jinn existed long before Islam itself. Ancient Arabian tribes spoke of strange entities inhabiting deserts, ruins, caves, and isolated places far from civilization. Travelers warned each other about voices in the night, about figures appearing alone on distant roads, about something unseen that could mislead people deep into the wilderness. And centuries later, many of those stories still sound strangely familiar. Unlike demons in later Western horror traditions, the Jinn were not automatically believed to be evil. According to tradition, they possessed free will, just like humans. Some were believed to be dangerous, others neutral, others even benevolent. But many stories shared one unsettling detail. The Jinn were said to blend in, to appear human when they wanted to stand unnoticed in crowds. And maybe that idea survived because it touched something deeply human, the fear that danger does not always look monstrous. Sometimes it looks ordinary. Across different cultures, the details changed, but certain patterns appeared again and again. Whispers heard in empty places, footsteps with no visible source, people hearing their names called from darkness, sleep paralysis experiences involving shadow-like figures standing beside beds, travelers reporting strangers who appeared suddenly in isolated areas, spoke strangely, then vanished without explanation. Some traditions warn people not to whistle at night, not to wander abandoned places alone, not to pour boiling water onto the ground without warning unseen beings first. To outsiders, the custom sounded like superstition, but across generations, the warnings persisted. In Morocco, stories emerged of powerful Jinn connections to ruins, caves, and hidden places beneath the earth. In Gulf traditions, entities like al-Duwais were described appearing as beautiful women before revealing something far more disturbing beneath the disguise. And in parts of South Asia, stories evolved into modern encounters involving shadow figures, abandoned buildings, mimicry, and unexplained voices in empty places. Different regions, different centuries, yet strange with similar fears. One of the most unusual examples still exists today, inside the ruins of Firoz Shah Kotla Fort in Delhi, India. For decades, visitors have travelled there carrying handwritten letters, not addressed to government officials, not addressed to family members, addressed to the Jinn. The letters ask for justice, protection, healing, revenge, answers. Researchers, journalists, and anthropologists have documented the practice for years. Thousands of letters have reportedly been left within the ruins by people who believe unseen entities inhabit the site and can influence human lives. Whether supernatural or psychological, the belief itself is undeniably real. Even now, people still arrive carrying new letters into the darkness. Modern explanations for Jinn encounters often point toward fear, suggestion, sleep paralysis, environmental stress, hallucinations caused by isolation, or the human tendency to search for meaning in uncertainty. A person alone in a desert at night can misinterpret sound and distance. Exhaustion changes perception. Darkness distorts shapes. Culture influences how experiences are interpreted. And yet, the stories survived every generation that tried to outgrow them. That may be the strangest part of all. Civilizations changed, empires collapsed, religions spread, technology transformed the world, but the idea never disappeared. Even now, videos claiming to show Jinn encounters continue spreading online. Most impossible to verify, some are likely fabricated, but the fear behind them remains ancient, because deep down, the idea still unsettles people in the same way it always did, not because of what the Jinn supposedly are, but because of where they were believed to be. Not hidden in another world, not trapped inside haunted houses, beside us, in crowds, on empty roads, standing silently at the edge of the familiar. And if humanity has spent thousands of years telling the same stories about unseen beings walking amongst us, why do those stories still feel possible in the dark?